Grace, am I coming in okay?
Yes, hi, how are you?
Thank you, Lee, very much. Sorry about that.
Okay, Lee, it's 6 o'clock. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. Let's call the meeting to order. Welcome, City Council business meeting for Wednesday, May 5th, 2021. Please stand and let's say the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
To the flag of the United States of America
and to the
and to the
republic
republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Scaringi,
Present.
Councilwoman Riley,
Present.
Councilwoman Friedman,
Present.
Councilman Burns,
Present.
Councilman Strawn,
Present.
Councilman Scanlon,
Present.
and President Resnetti.
Present.
That's all 7 here.
Great. Next, we have approval of minutes. Councilman Scaringi.
Thank you, Madam President. I stand and ask for unanimous consideration to approve the minutes from April 21st, 2021 business meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Thank you. So we have, City Council needs to set a public hearing for our next meeting. Mr. Clerk?
Yes. So it's on the agenda tonight. I'll read it here. Binghamton City Council and the mayor will hold a public hearing regarding RL 2088, amending the bond ordinance adopted February 6, 2019, on account of an increase in the cost of improvements to traffic signals. This public hearing will take place during the next regular City Council business meeting at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, May 19th, 2021 at City Hall, 38 Hawley Street, Binghamton, New York, and virtually via Zoom. Residents wishing to submit public comment for the hearing may do so electronically by emailing their comments prior to 5 p.m. on the day of the meeting to clerk@cityofbinghamton.com, or virtually via Zoom during the meetings as City Hall is closed to the public. Details regarding participation via Zoom are found on the Zoom link on the city's website calendar entry for the business meeting on May 19th.
Great. Thank you. So now we'll move on to our public comment section of the meeting. City residents are welcome to speak. You will have 5 minutes each to discuss city issues, and I ask you to please be respectful. Mr. Clerk, can you please let everyone know how they can participate?
Yes, so to participate in public comment, all you need to do is raise your hand here on Zoom, and we will put you in the queue and allow you to speak.
Great, thank you.
I do have one letter first. Do you want me to read that?
Sure.
So we have one letter tonight from Tina Chronopoulos. Hello, my name is Tina Chronopoulos. I live on Laurel Avenue. I would like to express my frustration and disappointment at what happened at last business meeting several weeks ago. I will not waste your time or mine by recounting everything that happened, except to highlight 2 issues. First, your claims of standing in the gap for the staff of the wastewater treatment plant ring hollow. Several plant staff repeatedly talked about the issues at the plant and the conflict of interest with Veolia during public comment. The Republicans on council ignored them. In March, a Veolia representative was available and not one Republican on council could be bothered to ask him a single question. Let me repeat that. None of you, not Sophia Resnetti, not Tom Scanlon, not Gio Scaringi, and not Phil Strawn had a single question for Don Rogers. Remember that meeting? Some of you bent over backwards to ask detailed questions about the Ely Park Golf Course Management Contract, and now you want us to believe that you care. Truly, you must thank the plant staff or the plant itself would have made time to attend monthly meetings held by the sewage board. I haven't had any of the Republicans on council at any of those. A city council member who actually cared about the staff would have joined the protest in April to show their solidarity. I didn't see any of the Republicans at the protest. Finally, a city council member who actually cared about the staff, the plant, and the community would try to do everything in their power to make sure Veolia is the last firm the city of Binghamton contracts with for the audit or assessment. And yeah, all 4 Republicans on council got together in a huddle and you all voted yes, despite the conflict of interest. It's insurmountable and you can't get around it. Second, just as with the city budget or the police reform process, you disparage the public when we phone in and make our voices heard. This time you referred to our claims as crazy or outlandish. You harangue us and tell us that we don't know what we're talking about. You bloviate about how you listen and care. You get on your high moral horse and lecture us about what the community needs and wants. Last time I checked, city council members not elected to the community to represent us for our interests. You're supposed to act as a check on the mayor. Some of you must have missed the memo in that regard. I suggest you reacquaint yourselves.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I apologize. This is Councilwoman Friedman. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Sorry, I'll try and read more clearly.
Okay,
So
it's like cutting in and out. I heard most of it, but then you cut out at the end of that.
Okay. So having said that, I have little hope that the Republicans on council will change your ways. Given the aims of the party that you belong to, which are all about enriching the rich, demolishing social services, and ensuring that workers in this country don't ever get a living wage or affordable health care. Thank you. And that's the end of her letter.
Okay, thank you, Lee. We can move on to our callers.
Okay, the first hand raised is Dan Livingston. I'll allow him to speak now.
Hi, this is Dan Livingston. I live on Park Street in Binghamton on the west side. I'm calling because I don't know if anybody else was paying attention to the Johnson City Village Board meeting last night, but they actually had a question on their agenda related to this audit, and it was voted down 4-1. So that was pretty interesting. What's really interesting about that is that you had a bipartisan vote against this this question that broke on partisan lines on the Binghamton City Council. But if this had come up not through the weird shenanigans that the mayor pushed this business through City Hall on, but if it had come up as normal business, it would have actually been defeated, not just because it was shot down in Johnson City, but also if you look at it, you've got 7 of the representatives of the owners voting against this, and you've got 5 voting for it. So it's kind of comical that this business is being allowed to move forward on a minority vote. It just blows my mind, and it really speaks to something that a lot of us have been talking about for a while, which is a really bizarre and archaic governance structure at the plant that is kind of the source of a lot of these problems, where you have a mayor unilaterally making a decision, and then a minority of the representatives just going along with him passively, and you end up with a decision that doesn't represent the will of any majority, whether it's a legislative majority or an actual majority of the people in the valley, in the communities that own this facility. And anyway, it's truly bizarre to me that this is continuing to move forward, and that the Republicans on the Binghamton City Council are just completely unfazed by the overwhelming opposition to this. It really makes it look like there's something there's something going on behind closed doors that the rest of us aren't privy to, that you're hiding from us, because everything that's going on in front of our very eyes just defies logic. It just doesn't make any sense that you'd have the city attorney and the city engineer and city comptroller all saying that there is no conflict of interest when anybody with 2 eyes and a brain can see that there's a conflict of interest here with Veolia conducting this audit. Oh, and by the way, what happened to Ray Standish? He's just gone. I noticed on the city's website that Ray Standish is no longer the city engineer. Now Ron Lake is the city engineer, which means what? There's a construction process still underway at the sewage treatment plant, and there's no project manager now. Who's the project manager for the construction that still remains at our facility? I hope that somebody's asking this question, because it really, I wouldn't assume that Rich David has this under control. Anyway, I almost feel like it's pointless for me to be saying this stuff anymore, because even though I can't see your faces right now because so many cameras are off, I assume people are rolling their eyes or texting with each other. Anyway.
1 minute left.
Thank you. Yeah, I wish there was something I could do to get you guys to take a good hard look in the mirror at what you're doing in office. It's completely absurd. And as time goes on, you're just going to be met with more and more resistance from the public. And honestly, if you look at the long history of this facility, it's in those moments when the public finally takes an interest, whether it's through the media or through civic engagement, just groups of ordinary people taking interest, that's when the best outcomes have been realized in this process. And it's when we put pressure on elected representatives that we can finally start to turn things around. So I guess even if you continue to just ignore what the public is telling you, you continue to disregard and denigrate ordinary citizens, ratepayers, and taxpayers in this process, I hope that they're going to keep pushing back.
Thank you.
Do we have another caller?
Yes. Our next
you.
person with their hand up is Tarek Abdelazim. I'll allow him to speak now.
Good
Hi,
evening.
please state your full name and address for the record.
Yeah, this is Tarek Abdelazim, Tremont Avenue. Can you hear me?
Yes, continue.
Okay, thank you. First, I want to start off by saying, Leighton, thank you for finally starting to publish the meeting minutes and agenda for ENA. I appreciate that. It's taken a little longer than expected, but nonetheless, I am always willing to commend folks when they recognize they're making mistakes and they change their practices. So thank you. I would also like to point out to the council members that just a couple of weeks ago, as a Broome County Land Bank board member, I submitted my financial conflict of interest form to the Broome County government, which is a responsibility that all senior executives in Broome County government have to complete, as well as any board member. So we've handled about 2 properties over the last year, maybe a few, and yet I have to fill out that form. I have no problem doing that. I believe in transparency. But for years, I have advocated for that same process to apply to Binghamton City elected officials, from the mayor, his department heads, to council members. And ever since I've done that, Tom Scanlon has done his best to stifle any conversation around a very simple good government reform measure. It blows my mind that Giovanni Scaringi feels that transparency in government is so important that he accepted the role to serve as one of the 3 members on the Broome County Board of Ethics that reviews all of the disclosure forms, mine included, but yet on council, he also remains silent about this simple reform measure. It is, I mean, the dictionary definition of hypocrisy. Gio, I expect better from you, and I hope that you can pick this up wherever it was buried years ago when Tom refused to even entertain a conversation about a simple good government reform measure, and then bring that back for consideration. I'd be interested to know if any other council members serve on Broome County boards, and if you had to fill out this disclosure form. I'd ask you if you had to do it for a board appointee, again, why not for city council positions and the mayor when you're responsible for overseeing and approving not $10,000 contracts, but tens of millions, hundreds of millions in contracts if we include the joint sewage treatment plant. I just, how you can be against transparency blows me away. There's no excuse other than you're hiding something. The last thing I'll just mention is the 48 million that the city of Binghamton is receiving. I know that many people celebrated the recent decision by Governor Cuomo to extend the eviction moratorium to August 31st. If you don't know a single person that was extremely anxious about that distress, then you live in a bubble. You live in a privileged bubble, and you need to stop and listen to folks who are experiencing or on the edge of housing insecurity. Even before COVID, those folks who are living in dilapidated, unsafe, unhealthy, squalid apartments being exploited by out-of-state landlords, irresponsible slumlords. The lack of attention to housing justice in this area by this administration and this council is truly disappointing. You can tie housing security to educational outcomes, to health outcomes. You could tie it to, in fact, life expectancy.
You have 1 minute left.
What I would encourage is, one, the council to ask, why has this administration done very little to broker and facilitate conversations between landlords and tenants? What are we doing to get out there to better understand who's on the edge? Why has it been so difficult to deploy the emergency rental assistance, the very minuscule amount of emergency rental assistance that we provided through the CDBG CV funds? And I would say that housing justice needs to be a top primary investment of the $48 million. I have thrown out an idea called the Great Housing Reset, which commits 25 million of the 48 million towards completely restoring and resetting an equitable and just housing system in Binghamton. I encourage folks to review it at binghamtonbridge.org. It is not the end all be all. It's the start of a conversation. It's a framework for bold investments in our people and our places. Thank you.
Do we have anyone else? Lee?
No, that's everyone right now. Oh, we had a speaker, but they put their hand down.
Okay, well, let's move on then. So thank you to all the callers. We can move on. And that would bring us to the preferred agenda. Would anyone like to pull anything from the preferred agenda before we proceed?
Point of order, point of clarification. I see this caller must be having difficulty because the hand is going up, down, up, down, up, down. Can I ask that we amend the current position we are in the agenda and determine if they are having difficulty and would like to speak before we officially move out of the public comment section?
And how do you determine that?
They can write in the chat if they are having some type of difficulty.
Okay.
And in fact, want to comment, because the hand keeps going up and down, up and down.
let's us wait, if you like, just 10 more seconds and see if anything comes in, and then we will move on.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on with our preferred agenda. Would anyone like to pull anything for the preferred agenda before we proceed? No? Okay. Mr. Clerk, can you introduce the preferred agenda items?
Yes. Okay, so the first item tonight on the preferred agenda is introductory ordinance 21-41, considered in finance. And this is an ordinance to amend the 2021 fire budget for personal service line to increase the annual salary of the general equipment foreman.
Any comments or discussion? Okay, thank you. Next.
Next, we have introductory ordinance 21-42, considered in finance. And this is an ordinance to amend the city charter of the city of Binghamton, Part 1, Chapter 5, subsection G, designation of depositories to increase the maximum authorized for deposits from $30 million to $40 million for all banks due to increased financing and anticipated stimulus funds.
Any discussion? Okay, next.
Next, we have introductory ordinance 21-44, considered in finance. This is an ordinance to amend the 2021 treasurer budget to defund an account clerk 2 and to fund a part-time clerk.
Any discussion? Okay, thank you. Next.
Next, we have introductory resolution 21-33, considered in the MPA committee. And this is a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Binghamton Johnson City Joint Sewage Board for the provision of emergency confined space rescue services by Binghamton Fire Department at the Binghamton Johnson City Joint Sewage Facility.
Any discussion? Next.
Okay. Next, we have introductory resolution 21-34, considered in rules and special studies. This is a resolution authorizing the Binghamton Rumble Ponies to conduct fireworks displays in 2021.
Any discussion? Next.
Councilwoman Friedman has her hand up.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Go ahead, Councilwoman
That's
Freeman.
okay. Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to make a quick comment on this. I was in contact with the vet center and the VA that's a couple of blocks down from NYSEG Stadium. And while I love fireworks and I have an excellent view of the fireworks displays from my front porch, I was made aware that fireworks can be stressful and triggering for, among other people, vets who have some, I mean, not all, but there are some vets in particular that are find sounds, loud, sudden sounds to be stressful. So we were talking about how can we do this in a way where the community can enjoy the fireworks displays, but they are not so stressful for people who find noises like that to be stressful or triggering. So I just wanted to comment that we hopefully are going to work together with the outreach specialist at the vet center to publicize widely the schedule of proposed fireworks so that anybody who needs that time to prepare for that will be able to. So hopefully everybody will be able to enjoy the fireworks displays with not that much stress. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for people's pets. I don't know how to prepare them for that, but at least for the vets, we can do take that extra step. So thanks. That was the comment that I wanted to make.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, next.
Okay, and lastly on the preferred agenda, we have introductory resolution 21-35, considered in finance. This is a resolution to correct the 2021 tax rolls for various properties.
Any comments? Okay, so we'll take a motion to approve.
No,
I'm sorry, was
sorry.
that you, Councilman Scaringi?
Thank you, Madam President. Motion to accept the preferred agenda as submitted.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Full roll call, please.
Okay, Councilman Scaringi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Riley,
Aye.
Councilwoman Friedman,
Aye.
Councilman Burns,
Aye.
Councilman Strong,
Aye.
Councilman Scanlon,
Aye.
and President Restnetti.
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Okay, that passes. So we do have a few items on the non-preferred agenda tonight. So let's have a Councilman Strawn introduce introductory ordinance 21-43, considered in finance.
Finance, yes, thank you. Thank you, Madam President. Ask council for unanimous consideration of introductory ordinance 21-43, an ordinance to amend the 2021 police budget to add and fund a new position of Director of Police Department Community Outreach and
Second.
Any discussion? Councilwoman Friedman.
Thank you, Madam President. So, okay, I want to start out by saying that I like this idea. I'm happy that we're moving forward with this from the Police Reform and Reinvention Collaborative. However, I have some questions about it that arose recently, and since this is expedited, I did not have a chance to get the questions answered. And namely, there were a couple of things that, again, I don't believe they are going to prohibit me from supporting this legislation, but I just feel like I have some questions, like the minimum qualifications are, let me pull this up here. And this was sent out like soon before the work session. Like, for example, that one of the minimum qualifications is that somebody would have to possess a New York State crime analyst certificate, which seems like it would be maybe a little bit limiting. And also, I wonder if maybe this ought to be under the personnel department rather than the police department. Again, I don't know the answers to these questions, but these are things that came up. And since my understanding is that the police academy is in May, so this person would not, once we hire them, would not be able to recruit for this year because the police academy is starting very soon. So I'm going to make a motion to hold this over. Again, I'm not against it, but there's just some questions that I have that have not yet been answered.
It would have to be seconded, I think, right? Or Ken, am I correct?
I'll go ahead.
Sorry, it took me a second to get to my computer. Yes, it requires a second.
This is Councilwoman Riley seconding.
Okay, so then we will need to schedule a special meeting for that. Lee, let's see.
Yes.
So how about
to just have it on the next for vote at the next business meeting? I mean, I'm okay scheduling a special meeting.
Yeah, I think we should go ahead and schedule a special meeting. I am available Friday. I don't know if folks can make it then, 6 o'clock.
I just need a second to grab my
Yeah, Lee, you probably have to do like roll call, or would you just find out if everybody's available at that time?
Yeah, I'll go through the list and we'll do Friday at 6 p.m. Please let me know yes or no if you can make it. Councilman Scaringi, are you available Friday at 6?
Fortunately, Friday at 6 p.m. would not work for me.
Councilwoman Riley, are you done?
No, I am not available Friday at 6 p.m.
Who else? Okay, I was gonna say who else is available. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. would work for me, or even maybe, I don't know about the rest of you, but even 6:30 or 7 p.m. Thursday night.
I can start over.
Thank you, Lee. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted. Go ahead.
That's okay. So Councilman Scaringi, are you available Thursday?
My apologies again. Thursday and Friday would not work well for me either evening.
Same. This is Councilwoman Riley.
Okay. What about Monday, the 10th? I'm available personally at 6, 6:30, 7.
Councilman Scaringi, are you available Monday evening?
I'm looking at my calendar right now. I think that does work for me.
Councilwoman Riley, are you available then?
Give me 1 second. You all are moving too quickly. You said 7?
I believe President
was at
Rossetti said
6.
6 or 7.
6 is tough. 7 is doable.
I'm good with 7.
Okay.
Lee, my apologies. Monday, I just pulled it up. Monday, the 10th in the evening, 6 or 7 would be fine.
Would be or would not be? I'm sorry, Councilman Scaringi.
Yes, Madam President, I apologize. No, either one would work
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
Councilwoman Friedman, are you available Monday at 7?
Yes, I am. And also, apparently, that's Migratory Bird Day for everyone's information.
Okay. Councilman Burns, are you available at 7 p.m. on Monday, Migratory Bird Day?
I will be bird watching, but I can do it right from my window here, so I'm good. Yep.
Okay. Councilman Strawn,
Yes, I can do Monday 7.
Councilman Scanlon,
Yes, I can do it Monday at 7 also.
and President Rossetti, you said you're available?
Yes, I'm available.
Okay, that's all 7 available at 7 p.m.
So all of us are available, Lee?
Yes.
You're correct? Okay. Okay. So we are going to move on.
So
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So just to be clear, are you announcing a special meeting at 7 p.m. on Monday the 10th?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I am. So we're gonna have a special meeting, Monday, the 7th? No, Monday, the 10th at 7 p.m. Okay, let's move on. We have introductory ordinance 21-45 considered in planning. Councilman Strawn. Actually, we have a seeker motion for this next item. So let's
Yeah.
have Councilman Strawn introduce the 3 seeker motions.
Yep, I got to read this first and then I'll scroll down to that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, Councilman. First introduce the legislation,
Yep. That's
then do
right.
seeker, then do the vote.
Right. Yep. Introductory ordinance 21-45 is an ordinance authorizing the sale of 14 Lydia Street to Vincent Tanzini for $400. Let me scroll down to the seeker motions and I'll get started on them in 1 second. Okay. Motion to declare city council as lead agency under seeker.
Second.
Any discussion?
That's just a voice vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, so Councilman Strong, please continue.
Second motion to identify the proposed action as unlisted under seeker.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, Councilman Strong, please continue.
Final seeker motion is to issue a negative declaration under seeker for the following reasons. This is a vacant lot in a residential area. The purchaser owns the adjoining property, 16 Lydia Street. The proposed use is green space except shed up to 12 by 24 and a single parking space up to 10 by 20 may be constructed if pre-approved by the city planning department. The transfer will preserve green space and provide for future maintenance.
Second.
Can someone call a question?
Call the question?
Roll call, please.
Councilman Scringy,
Aye.
Councilman Riley,
Aye.
Councilwoman Freeman,
Aye.
Councilman Burns,
Aye.
Councilman Strong,
Aye.
Councilman Scanlon,
Aye.
and President Resnetti.
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
I now ask council for unanimous consideration of introductory ordinance 21-45, an ordinance authorizing the sale of 14 Lydia Street to Vincent Tanzini for $400.
Second.
Any questions?
Call the question, Madam President.
Question be called. Roll call, please.
Councilman Scringy,
Aye.
Councilwoman Riley,
Aye.
Councilwoman Freeman,
Aye.
Councilman Burns,
Aye.
Councilman Strong,
Aye.
Councilman Scanlon,
Aye.
President Resnetti.
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Okay, we have I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Next, we have secret motions for this item as well, 21-46. So let's have Councilman Strong introduce the secret motions. Go ahead.
Let me introduce the ordinance first, and then we'll go to the secret motion. So
Okay.
ordinance 21-46 is an ordinance authorizing the sale of 40 Street to Madison P. Fedoris for $1,000.
Second.
Let me get down to, I got to get down to the actual secret now. Okay. I make a motion to declare city council as lead agency under seeker.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Councilman Strong, continue.
Yeah, I motion to identify the proposed action as unlisted under seeker.
Can someone
Second.
second that? Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Councilman Strong, please continue.
Yep, a motion to issue a negative declaration under seeker for the following reasons. This is a vacant lot in a residential area. The purchaser owns the adjoining property, 39 Sheldon Street. The proposed use is green space. The transfer will preserve green space and provide for future maintenance.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll take a full roll call vote. Mr. Clerk?
Councilman Scringy,
Aye.
Councilwoman Riley,
Aye.
Councilwoman Freeman,
Aye.
Councilman Burns,
Aye.
Councilman Strong.
Aye.
Councilman Scanlon,
Aye.
and President Resnetti.
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Okay, I now ask council for unanimous consideration of introductory ordinance 21-46, an ordinance authorizing the sale of 40 Hotchkiss Street to Madison P. Fedoris for $1,000.
Second.
Questions? Someone call the question, please.
Call the
Call the
question.
question, Madam President.
Okay, question be called, roll call.
Councilman Scringy,
Aye.
Councilwoman Riley,
Aye.
Councilwoman Freeman,
Aye.
Councilman Burns,
Aye.
Councilman Strong,
Aye.
Councilman Scanlon,
Aye.
and President Resnetti.
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Thank you. The last item tonight, we have introductory resolution 21-32, considered in planning. Councilman Strawn.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask council for unanimous consideration of resolution 21-32, a resolution authorizing the transfer of land from the New York State Department of Transportation and development of the new fire headquarters facility at 235 Court Street.
Thank you. Any discussion? Councilwoman Freeman, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to say that I understand that most of the wheels of this project are in motion. However, my constituents who live right across and around that area have been consistently begging me to vote no on this. So as I do represent them, I am obligated to vote in the way that I feel like they would vote if they were sitting here. So my vote is going to reflect what my constituents have been consistently asking me to vote.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, can someone call a question?
One question?
Call a question.
Question to call, roll call, please.
Councilman Scaringi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Riley,
Aye.
Councilwoman Friedman,
Nay.
Councilman Burns,
Aye.
Councilman Strawn,
Aye.
Councilman Scanlon,
Aye.
President Rusnetti.
Aye.
That's 6 ayes, 1 nay. Friedman.
Okay, thank you. That passes. So that brings us to communication from council members. So thank you, everyone. And let's start with Councilwoman Friedman goes first tonight.
Okay, great. Thank you, Madam President. I would like to tell everybody about an event that is coming up soon that we are beginning promotion for. In light of the American Rescue Plan sending us, the city of Binghamton, $48 million in total, I say we and me and some of my fellow council members are hosting a virtual town hall because we would like to hear from the community about what would you spend it on if you had a $48 million. It could be anything related to COVID-19 relief. It could be housing, it could be infrastructure, it could be essential workers, it could be small businesses. There's like very few restrictions on this money actually. So I will save some of the information my other council members who can tell you more about that. And I think that is everything that I wanted to say. Thank you.
Sorry, it was muted. Councilman Burns, you're next.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. In regards to the $48 million from the American Rescue Plan, COVID relief, however we want to call it, $48 million, and we have 3 years to spend it. It is a chance of a lifetime that I think any city council would absolutely love. The city of Binghamton has never had this kind of extra cash and being told that you must spend it in 3 years. Now, last week, Councilman Riley had sent an invitation to all of us here on city council to participate in the town hall. And Republican members declined and said they were going to leave it up to the mayor and to Chuck Shager. Now, I might, when the mayor comes up, we're still waiting for Treasury to send any guidance that we're supposed to get. But as Councilman Friedman said, there's very few restrictions on what we can do with this money. Now, I might agree when the mayor tells us what his plan is. I might agree completely with the mayor, but that still wouldn't take away my duty to listen to the people of Binghamton to see what they want to do with the money. So I would like to invite everybody again. So we're going to put out this invitation in the next couple of days. You can contact me after the meeting or right now while we're talking. But I would think it would be great. We are an independent branch of government. We are separate from the mayor. And as I said, I might agree with what he wants to do with it. We might say, oh, that's beautiful, but I still want to hear from the people because maybe they'll come up with something better. How do we know unless we do it? So that's all I have. Thanks very much.
Thank you. We are moving on to Councilman Strawn.
Thank you, Madam President. Just a couple quick things. We've been involved with 3 ups over here on the south side in the last couple of weeks. I just want to thank everybody involved with that. One of them was with the South Side Assembly last Saturday morning, and then, well, actually, 2 on the south side, on the west side with Councilwoman Resinetti. So I think that these things are just great opportunities to clean up our city and just to spend a little time with some of our neighbors and friends. And so if any of these other ones are coming up in different areas of the city, I would encourage residents to participate in that because I think it's just a great opportunity all the way around. Last thing is had an opportunity, some for positive cleanup things, and some for some negative things to work with multiple city departments over the last couple of weeks, code, police, DPW, parks, and been very helpful and responsive these issues and good communication. Sometimes the answers aren't what we like and provide some frustration, but they have been very, very good to work with. So I just want to thank all the city departments for working with me on some of these issues and continuing to do so as we try to come up with solutions that help. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to Councilman Scanlon.
Madam President, I have nothing to report tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to Councilman Scaringi.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to give a shout out to our city code department as well as zoning. They really helped out over the last few weeks with some constituent issues that we've had some meetings about on Wilson Street and Murray Street, as well as Baxter. So I want to thank all the residents who have really been proactive in reaching out and working on some of the properties that we've gotten through with. And just want to give all of our city workers and police officers a big thanks for helping out on it. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Moving on to Councilwoman Riley.
Good evening, everyone. So first and foremost, since my first priority is being a mother, I'd like to celebrate and highlight all the mothers, all the mother figures, because this weekend, I'm saying the entire weekend, you must remember your mother. We understand the role of the mothers, be it someone that actually birthed the child or someone that stepped in as a mentor. And this is our time to recognize the community mothers and our birth mothers. So don't forget to call the ladies in your life this weekend. So let's celebrate those women. Secondly, I'd like to underscore the importance. This is a phenomenal opportunity that Binghamton is receiving. We're one of the cities in the southern tier or in the central region to receive one of the largest chunks of money from this ARPA. That's exciting. That's the time to reimagine what we can do. And when I say we, I mean the collective we, not just the appointed or the appointees. So I'd like to again share what everyone else has shared. We'd love to have everyone in attendance. Please feel free to come out. Again, we won't be talking much. It'll be similar to a council meeting with public comment. And just hear what the constituents, our neighbors and friends are saying. This event will be held Thursday, May 13th, 7 p.m. Again, Thursday, May 13th, 7 p.m. via Zoom. There is a pre-registration, however, it will not prevent you from entering if you are working and have to enter at 7:30. Again, we thank you. Shout out to all the moms. Shout out to everyone that's doing great things in the community, be it a cleanup or developing programs and services for your neighbors. We thank you for that. And again, want you to have a great evening. That concludes my message.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the callers. Thank you to all of you, my fellow council members, for your comments. I too wanted to echo what Councilman Riley said about Mother's Day. It should be the whole weekend. It should be the whole month, frankly, right? I mean, it really should be, right? Okay, so yeah, don't forget these special women in your lives. Celebrate Mother's Day with your family. It's special. It certainly is. And certainly to those of us that no longer have our mothers with us, we think about them as well. And their sacrifices as women, as mothers, their hard work in creating the paths for us to be where we are today. I would like to quickly just take a second here to say thank you to our Deputy Clerk, Grace, and a goodbye. This is her last business meeting here with us. Grace, you have been amazing. You have helped us through a really crazy year. The newness for many of us being here and all that entails, and then COVID. So thank you for, being there and helping us out. I'm really sorry for some of the things you had to put up with, some of the name calling you have endured. You never deserved that. Thank you for everything that you did. I have faith that you are going to go places. Good luck with your next chapter. I wanted to also thank all those who have been involved the last couple of weekends in cleanups. We had a nice turnout here in the West Side, but I also know there were others on the South Side, and it makes such a big difference, as little as it might seem. When we go out there and we're picking up garbage and we're cleaning up our environment, you all know I feel very strongly about those sort of things. So thank you to everyone. We'll continue to do those as spring and then summer are among us. And lastly, I also want to say, with the next time we meet, a lot of students will have graduated from Binghamton University, right? Am I thinking this correctly? In a couple weeks, some folks will be done with the semester, and certainly with a heavy load of finals and final papers and grading and tests and all that good stuff. So congratulations to everyone. You made it through a challenging year. And with that, I just want to say good night to everybody and have a great upcoming Mother's Day weekend. I would now take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Night.
Good night.
Happy Mother's Day,
Night.
Sophia.